Recording in progress. Hi, guys. It's me, your Lord and Savior, Joseph. Oh, my fucking God. It's not Joseph Goodman. Joseph Handsome. Let me share my screen. Share entire screen. Okay, there we go. Listen, my name is not Joseph Goodman. Do not call me Joseph Goodman. I will crash out. This is a slanderous lie. My name is Joseph Handsome, and I want to hear anything about that. But, but look at me, Joseph Handsome. It's my name, and I will not hear anything else. Maybe, like me, you're unfortunate enough to be in digital design and you're doing lab one, and you're doing lab one. Select any of the Max 2 FPGAs. Oh, wow. And it asks you to complete a timing simulation. I'm gonna do that. And maybe just like me, Slack.com, you run into this error. Can't even, I can't even see it. My name is Joseph Hanson. I need you to understand. Maybe you've run into this error. I'm going to pull the error up. I'm not going to do that. It's a waste of time. But maybe you've been having issues with your timing simulation and you're like, oh, if only there was a smart, handsome man with a really, really fitting last name to help me out. Listen, I'm here for you. Okay. I've been fighting with Motosim all weekend. Okay. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna do a functional simulation and we're gonna do a timing simulation with Motosim. Okay, so if you're having the error where it says error loading design, there's some steps to fix it. The first step is make sure you're using version 20.1 of Motosim. Okay, I have 19.1 because I'm a TA for a different class. That's chill. Second is to finish the lab. It's literally so easy. It's cake. I'm allowed to show you this file because it's a provided test bench by the TAs. I cannot show you full adder.vhd, nor can I show you adder.vhd because that's the whole assignment is writing those. But assuming you've written those correctly, you're going to open up ModalSim and you're going to, I might as well. And I bet I did the same thing with you. So remove from project. Hopefully this doesn't crash my Quartus. Okay, chill. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna open up ModalSim, you're gonna make a new project. You know how to do this. Okay. And then you're gonna go to File. Oh, no, no, you're gonna right click, you're gonna do Add to Project. You're gonna add some existing files. And let's reference them from their current location because that's what the tutorial from the PIs for the class says to do. And here's my lab one. We have my adder, the test bench for it, and it uses a full adder. So these are the files that we want. We're going to click OK, and we're just going to compile them. And we can see that they were compiled successfully. Here it is. Okay, we can simulate. And if I don't have any timing set up, the simulation works fine. Right here, we click it, open up your little silly goofy modal sim. You guys have seen this before, hopefully. Yeah, here it is. You add a wave to the test bench, and then you go over here and you click run all specifically and not run for like a microsecond because you're not a plebeian. You click run all this arrow right here, and then you go over to here and you zoom out, and boom, it's light work, right? And run all will run it for quite a long time. And move this dock out of the way so I can scroll. And here's your sim, and you can zoom in, and oh my God, it's an adder. Isn't that beautiful? And then you're like, okay, this is supposed to be easy. This is so digital design of me. Now all I have to do is, according to the tutorial from the literal TAs, by the way, that's an incorrect tutorial. They made me suffer. You click end simulation, and literally per the tutorial, tit for tat, word for word, bar for bar. What do you do? For one, you go over here. Okay, you click simulate, start simulation again, and you're supposed to go to SDF files and click add. They say put it under UUT. This is all in the tutorial, word for word, bar for bar. And you go into here and you go to like simulation, and you add this SDO file, and you click OK, and it's supposed to work. That's what they said. That's what we were promised. Okay. Oh no, it didn't work. Did the TAs even do the lab? I'm curious. Who did the lab? Who did the lab? I don't believe anyone did the lab. Because look at this. Look at this. maybe low key, it's in the tutorial. I'm not gonna lie. I didn't read the tutorial, so maybe it says to do this in the tutorial, and I just found out on my own. But I want you, while I'm doing this, to in your head think about how obscure and random this is to think to do this, and that I would never, no one would ever think to do this, right? So this is like this is science, okay? A true trial and error. Okay, so this doesn't work. We need to get a timing simulation done for our lab. What are we gonna do? Hmm. Okay, so I'm gonna give you the solution. The solution is to delete, remove from project. We're not gonna delete from disk because they're being referenced. The solution is actually to add existing file, and we're gonna reference from current location. So that'll make our life easier. And we're gonna drag the test bench over. That's okay, add a test bench. Nice and easy. You could have guessed to do that, but what you couldn't have guessed to do is that for any time you want to do a timing simulation, a new file, existing file, anytime you want to do a timing simulation, you actually cannot do a timing simulation with VHDL files or BDF files. It's impossible. So, okay, what else is there? There's this thing in simulation modal sim called VHO. Okay. You have to simulate the VHO, reference from current location, and then you're going to go in here and you're going to click compile all, and I bet it doesn't work, but it does work. A quick thing, if it doesn't work, there's this thing called compiler order, and that's where my mouse is right now, and it'll compile the files one by one in order. If this doesn't work, it's because you're compiling them in the wrong order. I have no idea how to change the order. It seems random or maybe preset. Oh, I just showed that. Oh, it's a test bench. It's fine. That was completely fine. But you need to compile the VHO and then the test bench, right? So if I like, I should have done it backwards, but if I, you can maybe do compiler order and you can change it in here. Yeah, because this is how you would do it. But you want to compile the VHO and then the test bench. If you change this and do test bench and then VHO and then click OK, and then click compile and then click compile all, somehow it worked again. I swear to you on my life, on my mother's life, this didn't work and you had to like go and compile them in the correct order. So just keep that in mind. The test bench should be compiled last, and you should really be compiling like from the ground up, where things that don't depend on anything, and then more and more. But anyways, so we've set it up like this now. And this VHO file, if you're wondering where this came from, you just open Quartus and you compile it, and this VHO file will be the top level entity of your thing, and everything else kind of put in. It's been linked, right? And now when we go to simulate, start simulation, SDF, we already have this, but you know how to add it. Design, adder. It's gonna be really embarrassing if it doesn't work, but it does, right? So feel free to like praise Joseph Hansen in the Slack. You know, feel free to be my biggest fan. It opens up the wave, and then you come over here, you click run all, and then go we're gonna move this out of the way just so I can like demo it working. And we like zoom in a little, and you can notice very obviously that there's a change, and then there's a timing delay, and then they're like, okay, all right, so yeah, okay. You know it, you know it. So shout out to Newman Waters for being the best TA ever. If you're not Newman Waters, I don't know. I don't know about you. Shout out to my TA who's ignored me all weekend. Um, I'm not going to name drop him, but he should totally get back to me on Slack. So if you're having this issue, I went ahead and solved it for you for $0 an hour. Uh, you should listen to Yeat's newest album, Lifestyle, or Go Again by Yeat. But yeah, so whenever you're simulating a modal sim, you should totally just like use the VHO file and not whatever they tell you to do because it's a load of malarkey. Thank you and goodbye. It's awkward. I don't know how to end the meeting.